So good evening, everybody, and welcome to Norton Christian Spiritist Church. I've got the lovely Carolyn Allsopps with me here this evening, and we're going to get into things in a minute. I'm just hoping a few people are going to join us while we're doing this. Just a reminder before we do start, and I do let Carolyn introduce herself properly, is that please like it and share the post, and obviously if you have any questions along the way about this workshop, please ask them. No question is a stupid question in my eyes, and I'm sure Carolyn's of the same opinion of that as myself. So, without further ado, I am going to ask Carolyn to just introduce herself a little bit and tell us about herself and where she's from. So, over to you, Carolyn.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I've been involved with spiritualism for nearly 40 years now. And for 12 years, I worked as a platform medium and serving churches up around the Nottinghamshire area where I come from, Derbyshire, Leicester, and into the Yorkshire district as well. So coming up to your neck of the woods is the furthest I've been so far, apart from Aberdeen. Well, that's a little bit further on. I got into trance mediumship naturally through trance addresses when we're doing services, philosophical addresses. I was fortunate that I had a very good tutor, old school tutor, who recognised the ability within me in 2 weeks of sitting with her. So it was a natural progression for me. Nothing was forced with my development. And I like to share what I do. I am what we call a cabinet medium. We sit in the dark seances in development when I first started developing. And I've done this in public demonstrations as well, and also without the cabinet in general trance demonstrations. I would say the work that I do is more physical because we have transfiguration. And we're also very much aware of the spirit lights and energy of the spirit people coming around the sitters. So it's all done in the red light, most of my work. I also serve on internet, on the Zoom services in America as well as Britain. And it's something, a subject that I've been passionate about for many, many years now. I also learned quite a lot from the Noah's Ark Society, which is a now defunct society that I was introduced to by my tutor, and got really interested in the physical side of mediumship, trance and physical medium right from the early days, because my tutor and her partner were involved in it as well. So I was very fortunate that I met on my journey quite a lot of people that knew the process. One of the things that the workshop will help you with is also how to sit for other people as well as yourself and prepare yourself for working with physical state of mediumship. The workshop is aimed at those that are at the beginning. It is an introduction, and we found over the years with the onset of Zoom that things are being taught very differently. From old school and new school to however you perceive it to be. What the workshop will help you all understand as well is the difference between trance mediumship and what is now collectively known as channeling. So that's another area that we'll cover.
I think we'll jump into the workshop in a second, Carolyn.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And you're going ahead, which I like. I like it. I like the passions there. The passions there.
Yeah.
But you are obviously you are a working medium as well, aren't you? So there's not just the trance side of things. We've got the medium side of things. And I'm right in saying you're a CSNU holder as well.
Yeah, I am a certificate holder for the Spiritualist National Union for speaking and demonstrating, and I am an approved dealer as well.
Yeah.
And I have been for last few years. I've worked as a funeral celebrant as well.
So you've got your hand many pies basically there, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I know you like to keep busy. Especially, I know you've done that. That's how we met up, didn't we? Things online as well, which was great as well. So it's really just come together. It's took a long time to get you up here, but eventually we've got you here. Thank goodness. So I think what I'll do, I'll bring up the poster for the workshop now, so everybody can see that. And then. So Carolyn's going to be doing a trance workshop on Saturday, the 2nd of August. So do you just want to explain what the workshop's going to be about? Because I know people have got a lot of interest in trance in the Northeast, but I know a lot of people are scared of it as well, as in regards to, I don't know whether that's, for me or not.
Yeah.
So I know we're doing this I know you want to do this as an introductory course for the Northeast and things. So I don't know whether you just want to go through the type of exercises that you might be doing, what you might be covering on the day as well, just so people can get a feel for what that workshop's going to be about. So I'll let you discuss your workshop basically.
Well, basically, the workshop is aimed to explain to people and give them an insight into the differences of styles of mediumship, particularly when we go into those deeper altered states. Many people will be familiar with what we call overshadowing, when the medium is working and giving philosophical address, for instance. The beauty of trance mediumship is that we get to communicate and to speak directly, in many cases, with those higher, more evolved spirits. And also, in my own case, we get a personal family and friends come through as well in my demonstrations. What trance does, it's really, the thing about what we've found with trance is people who are in a bit of a control freak state and like to know what's going on don't always make the best trance mediums, because they do not have the patience to sit and let it develop. The thing over the last few years we've noticed as well is trance as being sort of almost fast-tracked. And the beauty about trance is when we're developing it, what often is missed, when this is the things I like to teach people, is what you can learn from it as a sitter, not just as the medium developing it. So if there's a group of you that have got somebody who a potential trance medium, that trance medium needs to have a good background of support. So in the workshops, we like to teach people how to sit for the trance states as well. So as the sitter, not just the medium, and just to encourage that natural growth of the altered state. We will be sitting in what most people would understand as in the power, but going into a deeper state of consciousness to allow maybe one or two spoken words to come through, and just to encourage that flow. Now, I've got a friend of mine that assists me, Dawn, and there's a little extra that some people might be interested in. Is a little icebreaker, and also to help people understand about the different energies and how energy works with our mediumship. And Dawn will be bringing along her pendulums for you to do a bit of exploration with. And it's a fun way to start the workshop off. And it also gets you to understand your own energy level and where you're sitting up with it. We find with the trance workshops, it's a beautiful occasion, because often the ones that least expect to get something usually do come up with something. And we encourage within the workshop is maybe working with being inspired. Maybe I'll give them maybe a word or two or a sentence that they can focus on and go into that and work with it. And then hopefully at the end, we'll get some form of spoken word with it. People seem to misunderstand as well that when we work in trance states, it's a beautiful opportunity for people to be able to put the questions to the spirit world and have them answered directly. And I also help teach people how mediums work with the spirit world in these states, because when we're working in normal state, what we call the mental state of mediumship, we're very active. Trance is a very passive, like healing, it's a passive state of being. So this is another aspect that we'll be showing and teaching people. So I hope that, by the end of the day, you'll have a broad idea of what it means to become a trance medium, and the possibility that we can go away and start a little group up yourself and find the potential. What often happens in beginning state is that maybe one or two people have a go at it, and we'll see where the spirit world see who they want to work with. The beauty about trance work is that it is a natural state of being, and those who are quite, able to let go and not interfere, and that is one of the hardest things that most mediums find. They're inquisitive, so they want to know what's going on.
I know for me as well, because I've sat in trance with somebody who comes to our church. I've sat in her trance group, and it is about you letting go of everything, isn't it? It's like not wanting to think about what you're going to say. It's not thinking about what you're going to be having for your tea. It's about giving yourself that complete and utter mind blanket of just sitting in that power, which it really does fascinate me. But Carolyn,
there's some exercises that we can do to help people with that, so that you can learn to let go. In the early beginnings, a lot of people are frightened. They think they have all these sort of misconceptions. So that's another area that we'll explore, getting rid of the myths. And when you see a trance medium work, and it's a genuine trance medium, that's another area that we'll cover. How do we detect when a medium is in a true trance state? What kind of things should we be observing? Because as sitters, we need to be observing as well. So there'll be little exercises that we can observe each other, and give direction and guidance to what they need to be looking for.
Yeah. What would you say to, just for example, we've got someone who's never sat in trance. What would you say to that student who's never sat in something like that before, if they're watching this now? How would you describe alleviating any worries that they might have or anything like that?
Well, I think what I always say to people, any form of mediumship, is to keep your mind open to all possibilities, because what a lot of people forget, and as we've seen in recent times through Zoom and everything, is that they've sort of forgotten that spirit help us. Spirit are all using us as their channel. It seems today that a lot of people they dictating what they want to be as a medium. And I think we need to get back to that idea as well, that how can we be a service to spirit?
Yeah.
So this is what I hope to encourage, is those that are coming in from the raw state, that have actually had no experience with it before, may have seen it, but not actually sat for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very gentle step into it, but also with a bit of fun on the way. And it was also, I think at that stage when people start to get interested, they may have done some platform work or have been opening the mediumship up.
Yeah.
And it's just gives them a bit of an insight what they can do with their own mediumship and how they can evolve it over time.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to dispel a few of those fears and the myths that surround trance work as well.
Yeah. So I guess what we're saying is, as well, is if people are wanting to attend this workshop, is you don't need any experience really in sitting in trance or anything.
Not
like
in trance, but maybe probably with a bit of meditation and some, if they've opened up with their own mediumship, that is a benefit. But we can go and they can just come and be sitters as well. That's another thing that's important, that you don't all become trance mediums. Some people are chosen to be the battery to help the mediums on, so that's important as well. So there's room for everybody in it.
Yeah, and I think this touches back on the days in the old school, doesn't it? When when it used to be physical mediumship and things, isn't it? This is like where the roots of it really come from as well, isn't it?
That's right. This is how most mediums sat in the past.
Yeah. So it's something different that people are able to experience and learn something about if they're willing to learn about it. And you've got a good teacher. I've been promised by quite a few tutors that have been up. You've got a good teacher if you're wanting to learn some trance here for a workshop on a weekend. But so you've explained that the attendees will be sitting during this and that and meditating. Is there anything else that they're going to be doing during the day?
Well, we've got Dawn's little exercise that all bring a bit of fun and laughter, and we will do exercises to raise the energy level, and that will obviously bring a bit of humour. So do expect some humour along the way, which is important because we know the spirit world like humour. And it's also about creating the right atmosphere for the students to work in and to continue outside of the workshop and in their own private groups as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully we could get a follow-on one if this all goes to plan, which I hope they will take up that idea, and then we can take them on further steps and give them, they will receive handouts, so things that they can take home with them and, go through. If they want to bring notebooks, that's fine, but I'll say there will be handouts given as well. And questions and answer session always is encouraged. So if there's any questions that they have got in the mind, as you rightly said, no question is a wrong question, because if you thought it, somebody else is wanting to know as well.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. And you've just stole my next question off me, which was, if you want to bring paper and things, you can bring it. So you've already done that one. but no, seriously, Carolyn's time, trying to get hold of Carolyn is a nightmare for time because she's such a busy lady. But if we get the uptake on this workshop, we can look at getting Carolyn back sooner to do a part 2, part 3 and things like that. So it's definitely worth looking at this and assessing and trying to get yourselves booked on it as soon as possible, because once we're full workshop-wise, we're full workshop-wise. Yeah, it'll be a busy one. So I think that's all I need to ask you. I'm just going to run through the poster quickly, Carolyn, just so people know how to book and things. So you can take a breath now. It's absolutely fine. So Carolyn's going to be coming with us. We've gave it the title of Understanding and Working with Trance. It's going to be on Saturday, the 2nd of August, 2025, obviously. The course will start at 10 a.m. The doors open for the church at 9:30 a.m. If you do want a book on this course, please phone the phone number that is on the poster or text, giving your name and what you're interested in, because we've got quite a few things going on at the moment. So just put in the text message. If you text in, it's regarding the trance workshop. Please give your name. Mary will then get back in touch with you with the details. Just so everybody is aware, there is a cost for the workshop. It is £20 for members, £25 for non-members, and there is also a £10 non-refundable deposit that needs to be paid before the workshop goes ahead. So please do that. You can get in touch with us via Facebook as well. I am going to do my normal spiel now about the scammers quickly, which is the church will not contact you and ask you for any of your bank details. The church will not request money from you directly. If someone tries to sell you a ticket for this event and it's not done through the church group Facebook page, then do not fall for it, because anything that is like that would be announced on our own social media by ourselves. So scammers, unfortunately, get into our page and into our Facebook group, and we can't do anything about that. So please just be mindful of it and don't fall for the scammer, because we can't be held responsible for the scammers. But what I want to do, just before we finish off tonight, because this is normally where we finish off, but Carolyn's with us for quite a few days. She's with us on the Saturday doing this workshop. Then she's doing our Sunday night service. She's also with us on the Monday afternoon service. You're a busy lady, you, Mrs. Allsopp. Very busy lady. Monday afternoon service at 2:30 as well, doing a sand service. But this is the one that I want to bring up as well, is Carolyn has kindly offered to do us a transfiguration evening on Tuesday the 5th at 7 p.m. Now, this is a ticketed event again, and we are asking that you do fill in a disclaimer in regards to this, because there are specific things that Carolyn likes to do during her work. And so, for example, it's no mobile phones, no jewelry. I can't remember all the specifics, but it's on the disclaimer, and it's just an agreement between yourselves and us. Wearing dark clothing's another one as well. It's just an agreement between yourselves and between us that you're going to follow those guidelines, because we don't want the trance to be interfered with. That's right. And what you said to me, wasn't it? As in, like, just like jewelry blinging and things off light.
Yes. The reason for that is because we get what is known as ectoplasm, where we get the transfiguration mask, if you like, that comes over in front of my face. And anything like that will disturb the energy. So we're trying to keep it as pure and as blank, so people, whatever they're seeing, because it is physical phenomena in the room as well, all being well, if the energies are right and the spirit world deem it, because as we always say, these things are experimental, nothing can be guaranteed. So it's not like it's not a magician show. It's whatever they deem is right for the evening. And why we do this is so that we've got a blank canvas, and then whatever people are seeing is genuine, and it's not been like somebody's earring flashing or whatever. So that's simply the reason why. And so that what you're seeing is genuinely what you're seeing.
And just to mention as well, on this event, Carolyn will be sat in a dark cabinet with red light as well. Hello, husband, going past. She'll be sat in a dark cabinet with red light. Seats will be organised properly in the church. So you will be able to take your seats. There is limited seats available for this event that Carolyn's doing on the Tuesday night as well. So the practice that you're doing in the workshop on the Saturday, after many worth of training time that you put in, is something like this is what you will be looking at achieving from it. So you're seeing the beginning product of it on the Saturday, and you're seeing the finished product of how Carolyn delivers her trance mediumship on the Tuesday night. So tickets again for the Trance and Transfiguration evening. Ticket prices are £10 for non-members and £8 for members. Again, call or text the church phone stating what it is that you want in, or you can email us, or you can contact us on Facebook. We need to get the disclaimers done before the night. They can be filled out on the night, but we can't guarantee seats. This is selling quite quickly. So if you're interested in it, get in touch with us as soon as possible, because this is something I don't think we've had this in the Northeast for quite some time, to be honest with you. Open to a public event anyway. It's more done in closed circle, this in the Northeast churches. So this is open to public viewing as well. So all we ask is that you come in with an open mind and obviously appreciate Carolyn's workings on the night. And Carolyn will explain everything before we start the evening off anyway with Dawn. And I'm sure we'll have a great evening with this as well. I'm just going to say as well, Carolyn, just so people understand what this event is, this is where you're going into a state of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, deep trance state.
You're going into a state of deep trance, and it's going to be a possibility of communication coming through, possibly some healing, some questions and answers.
Yes, yeah. Possibly. We have different controls that work with me. Yeah. And hopefully we'll have a bit of healing in the middle there with Dr. Reynolds, who's one of the team, and also hopefully on the night we'll have some of your own personal links as well, and you may, if conditions are right, be able to see your face of your loved ones build up as well.
Yeah.
So it is a very special time, and it's done with the highest and best of intention. And as we always say, we can't guarantee anything, but if you come with the right mind and the right intention to begin with, there's nothing that the spirit world can't do for us.
And I think as well, just from a trance level from a mediumship level or a trance level, working on trance myself, it's one of them things that's very pure communication, isn't it? Yeah. Because it's not something we're manipulating with.
That's right. Yeah.
They're projecting through what they're wanting to speak about and things. It's not what we want to talk about, because we're basically opening ourselves up just to let spirit step forward.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
come on, come and enjoy with us.
Yeah, so it's another full evening there as well. So if you are interested in any of these events, you've met Carolyn now, so you know she's coming up week beginning the 2nd of August. She's going to be with us for 4 days, staying at my house. So I'm going to play a guest with her and Dawn. And yes, we'll have a great evening. But I'd just like to thank. Well, I know we've run over a little bit, but I think it's worth just doing it. And I just want, to say thank you, Carolyn, for giving us the opportunity.
I'm looking forward to it.
As well,
I'm coming to see some of you that I've seen on Zoom.
Yeah. See us in the flesh.
Yes.
See us in the flesh at last. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to come along and watch the video. If you are watching it back on playback as well, get in touch with us. Absolutely no problem at all. Mary will love it when the phone starts going mad, because I don't have it, so it's all right. But social media, email, phone, get in touch with us, any of those methods whatsoever. So Carolyn, I'd like to say thank you for joining us, and I'm sure you'd like to say good evening to everyone as well.
Thank you, everybody. Look forward to meeting you all next week.
Yeah.
So thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much. So we'll look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone as well soon. So thank you very much, everyone, and good evening.